Thanks for staying with us. We're going to continue with the punch. Excuse me. APC accounts seized over 8.9 billion debt, says Ganduje. Pro-Abasa clerk barred from assembly threatens contempt suit. Immigration arrests 378 illegal immigrants in Ogun. USA donates drugs found in Lagos and Abia market, says NAFDAC. Niger others exit from ECOWAS. That's Niger others exit from ECOWAS affecting counter-insurgency war, says Air Chief. Importers fret as Dangote lowers petrol price again. 1.9 billion fraud, ex-accountant general 6 out of court settlement, and concerns as forex reserves drop to $2.3 billion amid naira gains. Okay, which story are we taking?
Okay, so I have the major headline, and as they talk, this Nigeria saved the whole. So now a lot of us now start becoming debtors. So the national chairman of the APC was at the APC's meeting recently, and he says he's making a passionate appeal to the president that the party is heavily indebted. Let me read what he said. I had that paragraph already. He says that, Your Excellencies, the current National Working Committee inherited debts and legal liabilities to the total tune of 8.9 billion naira from all cases outlined above, ranging from legal engagements during the pre-election matters, election cases and appeals for legislative, governorship and presidential elections. And he says that the National Legal Advisor, Professor Abdulkarim Kana, has been working assiduously to reduce this through dialogue, through alternative dispute resolution mechanisms. He's been doing his best, and that he said, however, we will still passionately appeal to the National Executive Committee to intervene accordingly. It is important to know that some of our accounts are still garnisheed. So it means that there's an order now that allows the creditors to go into their bank accounts, go into any payment that is outstanding to the party. And this is from the horse's mouth himself. He was talking to all party members who were present there on Wednesday at the what's the recent meeting they had?
That a neck meeting.
Yes, the neck meeting. And so I'm just surprised that, usually party funds are from party members' dues, monthly or
it's supposed to be,
dues. Yeah, it's supposed to be. But during the 16th year of PDP, we found governors. So they will now say that you are the father of the party, all those kinds, which takes away the internal checks for party leaders. And so now we are doing the same thing with the APC, because now what they are simply saying by announcing it in the papers is asking the president that there are pre-election matters and that some of them are post-election, and so the president should just help them to cover this shame. That's the way I see this story. And the way it is, Mr. President will have to do it, or the embarrassment will have to continue.
It will be a global
yes. So party members must understand how parties are done. It is by party dues. Put your money where that mouth is.
So I wanted to take Dangote because I'm really excited, because when Dangote was coming, they were all saying, he's a businessman, he will never. Anyway, importers of petroleum products, because some of them on this table, have lamented the repeated reduction of petrol prices by Dangote Petroleum Refinery. Some of the importers have said that dealers might be compelled to sell below their cost prices, as consumers are likely to buy petrol where it's cheaper. On Wednesday, Dangote Refinery announced a reduction at the ex-depot price of petrol by 65 naira, from 890 to 825 naira per litre, effective today, February 27th. This is the second price reduction. We have never seen this happen in Nigeria, back to back like this. So the statement by the management of Dangote Refinery said that the strategic price adjustment is designed to provide essential relief to Nigerians in anticipation of the upcoming Ramadan, while also supporting President Tinubu's economic recovery policy by alleviating the financial burden of the Nigerian populace. That's a Nigerian thinking of Nigerians.
It feels like a Greek gift.
And people are always saying, he's a capitalist, you will not reduce prices. Yeah. Well, he has reduced the prices right in your belly before.
We doubt it. We feel like it's a Greek gift. That something else might come outside.
Don't take it. Go and buy from the importers. Please don't go and clog up our stations that are selling it. Go to the other places. We that want to buy it, let us buy it, because you think there's fuel scarcity.
Anyway, I'm not going to comment on this matter. I will go on to read about the US aid donated drugs that found in Lagos As some of them are meant to be expired, so truckloads of them, 87 truckloads of banned, expired and substandard medicinal products, including USAID and UNFPA donated antiretroviral male and female condoms, among others. So the NAFDAC lady, Mrs. Adeyeye, Professor Adeyeye, was talking about this and saying that her life is in danger. She says that she has received death threats, and one of her staff, his daughter, his child was kidnapped. She didn't say daughter. His child was kidnapped because he was doing his job. Fortunately, the child escaped. She says for her, she has 2 policemen living in her house 24/7 in Abuja and Lagos. She doesn't have a life. She can't go anywhere without police escorts. This is not her way of living, but she doesn't have a choice. And she says...
So it's really sad.
I think it's very, very sad.
Because a family member will tell her to resign because she can't come and die on this matter.
Yeah.
But
we need her to do what she's doing.
Exactly, but who's going to put their life in danger because of Nigerians who have refused to do the right thing?
You know, the thing is, what she's doing is a big help to us because
it's a huge risk.
When she asked for the death sentence, you know, I don't like death sentence. This is one that I really agreed with. Because just think about it, if it is somebody's child.
Changing the numbers of expired drugs.
I had to take my granddaughter, the baby, to the hospital on Friday. Imagine if they had given her expired drugs.
Like I told you now, my kids were ill. Because usually I handle their care because now I'm here in the office, I can't. So my husband is one doing it. So he took the drugs from the hospital and was administering it. I just realized that this boy's temperature is not going down. And I was like, what are you giving these children? And also I'm like, this don't go and buy this. I usually buy the foreign versions. So when the hospital gives me a prescription, I put it aside and go and buy the imported because I know that because they'll be ill. So many of these drugs don't work.
Off the back of these less potent ones and fake ones and expired ones, some people are getting richer. Because we have a population of poor people who would buy it.
We need to join her in pushing this information out.
And I hope that the government will make her give her the national protection she needs to deliver on this.
Honestly,
everybody court should be dealt with.
Just anybody no more.
Yes. Punch, anybody?
Yes, I was going to take a story because sadly, when these very critical issues are happening, on the other side you see a lot of politics happening. So the Lagos State's the way the paper carried it, pro-Obasa clerk was denied entry into the State Assembly, and the conversation is around the fact that following the fact that he was removed, he went to court. As I listened to YK and we bantered over the NAFDAC work, I'm thinking this is not what we should be discussing. This is what the State Assembly should be focusing on. The fact that there are people within your state who don't have access to healthcare or drugs, and when they want to buy drugs, they might end up buying fake drugs. And those are the things we should be discussing, not this pro-Obasa, Miranda is going, court case is going on. Let's just face governance, please.
Vanguard, let's find a story of not taking. Trump floats $5 million gold card as route to U.S. citizenship. My life in danger, says NAFDAC DG cries out. Tinubu Muslim government has brought massive suffering, says Sharia Council. Scores fear dead as Boko Haram attacks Adamawa communities. Major headline Buhari or Shimbaju Amechi absent at Tinubu as Tinubu woos aggrieved members. Judge dismisses recusal request in Emefiele's trial. And Nasima opts to National Assembly, removed sections of tax bill that imposes taxes on the FTZ. And we have resorted normalcy in the Northeast, says Army. Okay. Why can you not take Bafana today?
Emefiele's interesting.
You're feeling cool, right? You're taking sports story. Now, did it not tire you? You didn't take Bafana.
No,
it's right here.
I didn't see it. Yeah, okay. If I'd seen it,
I also like taking sports news.
Thank you. We have male viewers.
We have few minutes
left. Are very interested in the sports.
It's not from you. They want to hear from you. It's not from you.
Justice Ramon Oshodi has ruled yesterday against his recusal order that the former CBN governor and his accomplice, and how will I put it, he's charged along somebody, one Omoyele man, and both of them, their lawyers had asked the judge that they had fear of bias, and the judge that he looked there was a likelihood of bias in his court, and they asked him to rule. They brought an application that he should recuse himself, and he says no. He says that they didn't substantiate that application that they brought, and so he's refusing to do that, and so we'll continue to hear this matter. So,
okay, President Trump has announced the intention of his administration to replace the popular US EB-5 immigration. For many of you that know about the EB-5, I think it's $500,000 you have to be able to become and get a green card. But he's replacing that now to $5 million. So it's like buying a gold card as a route to American citizenship. Under the new scheme being floated by the president, wealthy foreigners would have the right to live and work in the United States and earn U.S. citizenship in exchange for $5 million fee. The EB-5 program grants green cards to foreigners promising to pump money into the U.S. projects, create jobs, and then apply for visas to immigrate into the U.S. So Trump added that it is possible Russian oligarchs could qualify for the gold cards when asked by the journalist if those people will be eligible. He said, yeah, possibly. Hey, I know some Russian oligarchs that are very nice people. So even if you're a terrorist, as long as you have $5 million, you can have citizenship in America. So we'll see how that goes. Okay.
So I took the scores fared dead in the Boko Haram attacks in Adamawa, in Yola in particular. They said heavily armed Boko Haram terrorists unleashed deadly attacks on the Kwakbe Yadu districts of Hong local government. And they came in, they said schools, villages, schools, residential buildings, churches, and many government properties were burnt or looted. According to the village head, he said that the insurgents descended on the communities, targeting buildings and cutting away valuables. The police have said it's the military's jurisdiction, and the military did respond, but it was a bit late because many people had been killed, destroyed, their homes in ruins and everything.
Really sad story.
Really, really sad.
Okay. We have to wrap up right now. Unfortunately, that's all we can take on Front Page Review today. We're on a commercial break. When we come back, we continue with the show. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.